Live and local. Starring Andrew McGinnis, Matthew Basgall, David Petron, Michael Turner, Jaron Moss, Gabe Warwick, Brooke Merchant.
Live and Local was not actually live, only live during shooting.
Hello, welcome to Live and Local, where we are local but not really live. I am this week's host, Haley White. Yes, I know you are probably confused as to why you don't see me in the show's intro. I was gone that day. However, those people you do see are all here behind the scenes making sure this production runs smoothly. Anyways, wow, football homecoming ended this year's Oktoberfest on a high note. Not only was royalty crowned, but records were broken. FHSU posted its first shutout game since the 2008 season, beating Central Oklahoma 15-0. Leaving the Broncos scoreless was not the only thing left on paper after Saturday's contest. Kicker and punter Dante Brown set the school record with 5 field goals in a single game. Quarterback Jacob Mazera is now the all-time completions leader in school history with 556 in his career. It was a full house at Lewis Field Saturday night. The overall attendance reached nearly 7,600 fans, while the stadium only seats a little over 6,000. There was a lot of excitement leading up to this game. The Broncos defeated the number 4 ranked Northwest Missouri State at home prior to Saturday's matchup. Being able to leave a team that beat a top 5 team in the country scoreless was extra special. If you were unable to make the game on Saturday night, here are the top plays that secured the Tigers' shutout victory.
UCO upset top 5 Northwest Missouri State last weekend 31-21 at home. During this week's press conference, head coach Chris Brown said the best way to prepare for this UCO team was to watch as much film on them as possible and to be really keyed in every practice and be focused and ready to go tonight.
When we got home at 4 a.m. in the morning, I said, hey, the team we're getting ready to play next, just beat Northwest Missouri State. So you better get your sleep, get your rest, and get your film hours in tomorrow and start preparing right now. So, we had a lot of guys up, here on Sunday watching film. A lot of guys yesterday coming in watching film and preparing themselves and getting themselves ready for this game.
Currently, FHSU sits at 3-1, and the Broncos are 2-2. Both teams enter this game with 2 consecutive wins.
Tigner going to get rid of it to a wide open Matt Wendelberger. Get the high here, and woo, that's good defense. Keelan Kennedy, the talented freshman, that's a good job from the cornerback position.
And he is.
Gonna keep going. Lane Bieberly.
He could be going.
He's got one man to beat. And Lane Bieberly. That's an interception by Connor Shadid. And he's going to start bringing it back. Connor Shadid's still on his feet. And Connor Shadid just kind of found the football there. It came to him by fortune.
Ball got tipped in the air. Shadid just looking up.
Feels good. You know, our kids came out and played hard for 4 quarters, and we played physical. We got some turnovers on defense. You know, we just got to capitalize on some of those turnovers and get touchdowns instead of field goals. But, you know, I'm proud of our kids. I can't remember the last time there was a shutout here at Fort Hays, and, you know, our defense did. They got after, man. It was fun, enjoyable, but I'm proud of these kids. Very, very proud of them.
And Dante Brown was able to have a really good game also, setting some school records. How nice is it to have yet another solid kicker and punter on the team?
He's just a weapon, you know. Anytime we get inside the 30, you know, we have a chance to put points on the board, you know. Having a kid like that, you know, it's great for a team. I'm proud of the kid. He competed. That last one, he probably had that last one just a little bit right, a little bit to the outside, but proud of him and the things that he's doing. He just needs to continue doing what he's doing.
I mean, our defense it's always been strong, and I feel like we get better every game just watching film and just coming out and practicing hard like it's a game every day. So our defense is pretty solid. I feel like we have one of the top defenses in the conference, if not top one. But I know they have Pitt probably above us, but pretty sure we're going to prove everybody wrong with that one.
So I feel that, like, we could still have that MIAA championship, but at the same time, it's still a growing process. And we're not taking anything for granted right now.
We really just stopped all their big plays. They tried to take shots, and we really eliminated all of those shots. And they were trying to run on us, but we eliminated that too. So once we took the running game and the big shots out, they couldn't really move the ball on us.
How bad did you guys want that shutout? You know, when it was kind of in play down the stretch, and how much pride you guys taking it?
We wanted it bad. At halftime, when we saw that it was still 0, we were all pushing, like, the game's not over yet. Like, we still got to hold them to no points, because if they don't score, then we win on defense and as a team. So we really were looking for it. Like, that wasn't the main goal, but it was like the end goal product for us to, you know, have that 0 up there on the board for them.
You get the running game going, the passes are going to open up. The deep balls, the big plays going to open up. So, like, right now, like I said, confidence. If we can run the ball, we can run the ball first down, and they know we're going to run the ball, you can't stop it. You're still going, you know? And that is the big thing in football, period, the run game. Because without the running back, you cannot open up for the wide receivers or the quarterback to throw to the wide receivers.
Have you guys been able to feed off Taylor and his personality and how hard he's been running?
Oh, yeah. He's that man back there that you know he's going to do something. Even if somebody's the linebacker comes in the backfield, blows up the play, he gonna put that extra emphasis on it to make sure he gets some type of yards. And so, like, he's like the big role model that I feel like a lot of people look up to, like, emotionally, because he's a very emotional person. He wears emotions on his sleeve. So when he makes a play for even 4 yards, he gonna get up, rah, you know, like trying to get everybody energy going, because we need it, and everybody feel off and goes off that energy.
The Tigers remain in a tie for second place in the MIAA, with Northwest Missouri State at 4-1 overall. With the conference wide open, the Tigers hold on to their goal of defending their MIAA crown. I sat with FHSU SID Ryan Prickett earlier this week, and he helped me break down Saturday's game as well as what lies for the Tigers ahead. Welcome back to This Week in Tiger Athletics. Joining me now is FHSU's SID Ryan Prickett, and he's going to help me break down the rest of the week in athletics. So FHSU football posts its first shutout since 2008 versus Central Oklahoma.
Yeah, football, it was a good weekend for them. That was awesome that they got their first shutout in basically 10 years. Great effort by the defense there to shut down UCO, who had just defeated Northwest Missouri State a week earlier, and you know, they scored 31 points on them. So this conference right now has been just kind of interesting to see how everything's unfolded. It looks like most teams are kind of holding serve on their home field a little bit, because we saw on Saturday Missouri Western really laid it to Washburn. So it looks like, you know, that's who we lost to on the road. So it's just one of those years where it feels like, you know, maybe if you can go on the road and make sure you play well enough on the road, you know, it almost feels like maybe stealing some of those results out there. But yeah, 15-0, great performance. The weather got a little weird there in the second half too, kind of a mist, fog rolled into town, and it was just kind of an odd night, but it was an awesome crowd, over 7,000 people there. And, Dante Brown set a new field goal record in the game. He accounted for all 15 of our points with his 5 field goals. And Jake Mazzara, our quarterback, he broke the completions record, too, in the game as far as the career completions record. So there were several things surrounding that game that were really positive, and hopefully we'll take that and roll into next week at Emporia. So.
And they remain number 18 in the latest AFC Division II Top 25 poll. They're one of 3 MIAA teams that are in the top 25.
Yes,
right now.
Exactly. We obviously still have Pittsburgh State, who's undefeated, and they barely survived on Saturday. They went to overtime at Lindenwood, so like kind of going back on what I said, nothing's a gimme when you go out on the road, obviously. And Lindenwood had a lead late in that game. Pitt got a touchdown with about 3 minutes left in the game to get it tied, and then ultimately that's what sent it to overtime. And so they got out of there by, they stopped Lindenwood on defense and then kicked a field goal to win it. But yeah, they're up to number 8 this week, still undefeated. But also Northwest Missouri beat our upcoming opponent, Emporia State, pretty handily. They beat them 41-0. So it's just it's been kind of odd to see how all this has unfolded. And I know Emporia is good enough to put points on the board too. So it's been an odd series of results, I guess. But yes, I mean, to still be ranked and be number 18 in the poll, that's fine. Yeah, it's the same number we've been for 3 straight weeks. I think that's just it happens to be because there's a few teams that are just undefeated still. They're jumping up a little higher in the poll, and we're just kind of staying put. So, and that's fine. The biggest goal right now is let's worry about trying to win this MIAA title again. Don't worry about that number in front of your name right now. That's what it's all about. And so we're going to have a good chance to prove that here in the coming weeks when, not just Emporia State this week. That's a big game to hopefully get past that, get a win. But then we're going to have Pittsburgh State coming to town here in a couple of weeks. So,
with much talk about what this year's football roster achieved, let's take a look at what success former FHSU football players have produced. Fort Hays football was a topic of many discussions last spring during the NFL Combine and Draft, thanks to former FHSU defensive tackle Nathan Shepard. He was selected in the 3rd round of the NFL Draft by the New York Jets. During his 3-year career at FHSU, Shepard finished with 168 tackles, 27 tackles for loss, and 10 sacks. The Canadian-born rookie is also seeing playing time in New York. Although there has been a handful of players from Fort Hays signed as undrafted rookie free agents, 2 players prior to Shepard's pick were drafted to the National Football League. Frankie Neal, wide receiver from the University of Florida, transferred to FHSU to play his final year of collegiate football before he got picked up by the Green Bay Packers in 1987. Oddly enough, like Shepard, Neal was also a 3rd-round draft pick. In his 1 year at FHSU, Neal finished with 40 receptions for 846 yards, averaging 21.2 yards per catch. Frankie Neal played just 1 year in the NFL with the Packers, finishing with 36 receptions for 420 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 12 games he played. The only other Tiger ever hearing or seeing his name selected in the draft was running back Steve Crosby in 1974 by the New York Giants. Crosby played 3 seasons with the Giants before coaching in the NFL for more than 3 decades. Crosby held several different coaching positions at the Miami Dolphins for 5 years, then had 2 coaching stints with the Atlanta Falcons and the Cleveland Browns. From 2002 to 2010, Crosby resided in California and was the San Diego Chargers special teams coach. Former Fort Hays running back Shaquille Cooper paved his way into the Canadian Football League and currently plays for the Edmonton Eskimos. Cooper has 25 rushes for 144 yards for the Eskimos. During his time at FHSU, Cooper received several honors as running back in 2015. Here is a look at Cooper's top plays as a Tiger.
Howard Cooper and Cooper into the seam, and Cooper is in for 6. Lightning has struck from 31 yards out.
The last former Tiger football player made his way into the homes of Netflix viewers. His name is Jason Brown. Born and raised in Compton, Brown took a football scholarship to FHSU and served as the Tigers quarterback from 2002 to 2003. Today, Brown is most known for his head coaching position at Independence Community College of Independence, Kansas, where the third season of the Netflix original Last Chance U was filmed. The documentary follows Coach Brown and his team around as they try to rebuild its football program. Netflix announced this summer that the fourth season of Last Chance U will continue to follow Brown and Independence during the 2018 football season. Well, that's it, folks. Tune in next week for another episode of Live and Local, where Gabe will be hosting, and I'm sure he has something special for us. For now, we'll leave you with the fireworks show that followed the Tiger victory on homecoming. This is Haley White with Live and Local, and we will see you next time.